How goes it all? Welcome back to Patterson Hill Properties. Hopefully you guys having a great and exceptional day. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've gone live, but the world has changed, life has changed, real estate is interesting place right now, and the way things are going, you never know where it might take us. So I'll leave it at that. All right. So this article that I read the other day is very interesting, family, because no matter how you look at things in this world, the world has become more and more global than it ever has been before. So when I see more and more Americans are moving abroad, i.e. moving to more foreign countries, whether third world or other Western nations. So according to the article that I read the other day, Stephanie Sinclair, who you see behind me, a 41-year-old black mom from a good old Atlanta, Georgia, the Peach State, one of my favorite cities, who decided to make Sicily, which is an island off of the coast of Italy, her second home. In 2022, she became the proud owner of a $62,000 house in Sicily, Italy, escaping the high prices of the United States of America. And who would have ever thought a place in Europe, usually Europe is considered to be more expensive than America. And hey, when it comes down to it, there's always some positives and negatives when one is living somewhere else, whether it's somewhere else within the U.S., another Western nation, foreign or third world country, etc., and so forth. However, the cost of living in most metropolitan areas, i.e. major cities within the United States of America, has gotten ridiculous. And actually retirement, meaning being able to not have to work in order to live in a decent life, is becoming a thing of the past because pensions have become a thing of the past. Unless one has a real estate to pass down without a mortgage, other assets, it's harder and harder for regular working Americans. The article also stated that after quitting a 10-year corporate marketing career in 2012, she took a spontaneous trip to Sicily with her 6-year-old son, Caden, which cost roughly $250 for a plane ticket. You can tell that's definitely back in 2012. In 2024, it's hard to get a plane ticket for $250 just flying around the United States of America. But this was over 10 years ago. She stated, and I quote, "I knew from the moment I landed that I loved it here." Reminded me when I first got to LA. And it was almost like home for me, she said. And this is the number one reason why traveling abroad is definitely in one's best interest nowadays. Heck, having dual citizenship is becoming the new necessity in certain instances for a lot of regular working people in the United States of America, because a lot of top paid corporate executives are global citizens and they are citizens of other countries. So, but anyways, I digress. And me, I've only been out of the country twice in my life. When I was a baby, my parents were in the United States military and we were stationed in Stuttgart, Germany. And I went to Canada last year in 2023, Toronto, Canada. I actually can't wait to go back. Canada has a great vibe, great country. Can't wait to go back. Great people, just as diverse as, where I'm from, the DMV area. So can't wait to go back. Great vibe, great energy. But I digress. Let me get back to the topic at hand. So, and remember, I'm not hating on the United States of America. I'm not hating on any country. I think every country has its own little spark, regardless of how bad. I had a friend who spent time in Afghanistan in the United States Navy, serving his country, and he would even talk about he was in a war zone, and he would even talk about great things about how beautiful the country of Afghanistan is. So, to me, it's all about your mindset and perspective, and I'll leave it at that. I think the United States is the best country in the world, but having options in today's world is definitely a necessity regardless of where you're from and where you live. The article also stated that Mrs. Sinclair, who is now running her own tea company, so she decided to quit a job in corporate America, create her own business, and buy a cheap piece of real estate in Sicily. And the name of the tea company is LaRue 1680. Decided to settle in Sicily, not only because of its scenic beauty, because I heard Sicily is very beautiful, Italy is very beautiful. Never been, can't wait to go. Beauty, delicious food, but also by the warmth of the Sicilian community. She says, "My favorite thing about living in Sicily is you actually get to live." And before I go on, if you've never seen The Equalizer 3, I saw that last year. It's supposed to be Denzel Washington's last movie. And I believe it was based off of, it was in Italy, but I believe the terrain of the movie was filmed in Sicily or off of another coast in Italy. And great movie, definitely go see it, but it reminded me why I can't wait to travel the world more, but I'll leave it at that. Anyways, She says, my favorite thing about living in Sicily is that you actually get to live. I do find that in the United States, it's more work focused for me. And so here I'm able to really relax and spend time doing things that I love doing. And that's the thing in certain European countries, you know, working, the work ethic is different. Not to say that they don't have hard workers over there, but it's more of a laxed atmosphere. That's the best way to put it. And if you're like me, if you have a relaxed personality, you're real laid back. I think that's why I tend to like California. You know, it's overpriced state, but I love the relaxed energy of California, especially Los Angeles and really specifically San Diego. Just a relaxed, chill, mellow, laid back energy. Like I always feel like I was born on the wrong coast because that's how I am, you know. And when people see me, they think I'm always from California because I always have California garments on, things of that nature. But I digress. All right, so you know. She said, and today, like I said, after talking to a coworker who is about to retire, you have to build a life that you do not really want to take a vacation from. And if that means moving to another country, another state, small town, bigger city, then be like Nike and just freaking do it, family. Because the article ended on this note: motivated by changing landscape of the United States housing market, especially during the pandemic, Sinclair expanded her search globally, their Facebook group, and she discovered the town of Musomelli in Sicily. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Musomelli in Sicily, known for selling homes for as low as €1, you know. And by March 2022, which wasn't that long ago, it's only 2 years ago. Hard to believe that was 2 years, but yeah, it's only 2 years ago. She closed the deal on her 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 4,000 square foot historic house for a total of €59,000 or approximately $62,000. She said, I always said I could see myself living here, but it was more so in a dream way, and now it's actually reality. And I commend her for this. That's one thing. I commend anybody who goes after the dreams and goes after the life that they're passionate about. So many of us die so much. Like David Dash says this, so many people are miserable and they can't admit it. So many people die a little bit every day because they're not going after the things that they really truly want in this life. If, you know, whether it's a significant other, and I'm saying for the righteous and purest reason, that's for just selfish reasons. Whether it's a significant other, having a child, starting a business, taking the class, getting the new career, moving to the new state, moving to the new city, moving to the new country. Do it, man. This life is too short to just be living a basic, boring existence. Too many people are doing this, and too people are, you know, it's like this one quote from the movie Cool Runnings about the first Jamaican bobsled team. He's like, the character's name was Yul Brynner, but it was played by Malik Yoba. He said to the man named Senka, he was considered to be the goofy guy of the team, played by Dougie Doug, the actor. And he said, face it, Senka, you're going nowhere in this life and you're thrilled to death about it. And a lot of people are going nowhere in this life and they're thrilled to death about it. And I say, the heck with that. Live your life. If this pandemic didn't teach you that, then family, nothing ever really will. I'll leave it at that. All right. She said, and I quote, I never actually, Mrs. Sinclair said, I never actually saw myself buying a house here. I don't know what, I don't know that I really thought it was possible at the time, but she made it possible. But since she put her dreams into action, not words, she's living her best life. Living in Sicily has not only provided Sinclair with a cultural escape, but also financial benefits. Basic living expenses are minimal, with lower utility costs and more affordable fresh produce. And that's one thing. Other parts of the world have way better, fresher food compared to the United States of America. That's one thing I will say with sincerity. Now she visits Sicily every 3 months. However, she plans to spend more time abroad after her son graduates from high school. Makes sense. In the future, she envisions eventually retiring in Italy. She has a backup plan where she estimates needing only $450,000 compared to $2.5 million in the United States of America, which is very true. Above all, she remains grateful for the warmth and hospitality that made Sicily feel like a true home away from home. And regardless who's in the White House, governor's house, or mayor's house, if you just look at the numbers, most working people will never be able to retire. Most working people are going to work until the day they die, because you're going to have $2.5 to $3 million in order for you to have a comfortable retirement. So I leave it at that. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget Patterson Properties LLC. We wholesale real estate throughout the DMV area and parts of Pennsylvania, specifically Philadelphia, Harrisburg, Reading, Pennsylvania, Allentown. So check us out. Links in the description. Don't forget, you can't get fired if you don't own the company. And if you can't get fired if you own the company. Mrs. Sinclair owns something. It's time for you to own something. Take care.